Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching KETK Plus. I'm your host, Tristan Van Beem, and today I want to bring you a story with one of our friends over at the TXDOT Lufkin District to kind of talk about their new bicycle plan that they are looking to set up. So can you just go ahead and start this off by telling us a little bit more about this bicycle plan for the Lufkin District?
Sure. So what we're doing right now is TXDOT has rolled out a virtual public meeting, which is a series of recorded videos and information that's available at TXDOT.gov. This provides information on what we're trying to do to develop this bicycle plan to, um, remove some of the barriers and safety issues that cyclists might face along Texas state managed roadways in the Lufkin district. This is actually occurring in several different districts across the state. Atlanta, Lufkin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Paris, Amarillo, Lubbock, and Odessa are all part of this. This is the second phase of a project that started with some other districts in the state. What we're asking for right now is for the public to check out these virtual public meetings, review the materials, and then complete a survey that they can send us to give us their input. That's going to help us better understand what we can do to make bicycle traffic easier, safer, and better for the traveling public.
Okay, and then I also just want to ask, what counties will this will be affected by this part of the plan? What counties do you guys seem to serve with this Lufkin bicycle plan?
Yeah, sure. The Lufkin District counties are going to be the ones right now that we're concerned with, of course, here in the Lufkin District, right? So that's Angelina, Houston, Nacogdoches, Polk, Sabine, St. Augustine, San Jacinto, Shelby, and Trinity counties.
Okay, and then how will you guys go about identifying locations that really need these improvements, and how will they be prioritized as well? Is it kind of just the areas where you've seen a lot more bicycle pedestrian crashes, or how is that going to work?
So we're looking at all the state managed roadways, right? Like
Mhm.
that's our purview. So we've looked at all these, and we're asking participants to complete the survey so that they can give us specific locations where improvements might be needed. That's we can look at it from the engineering standpoint and the TxDOT standpoint, but the boots on the ground, or I should say, the cycle wheels on the ground, are really what's going to be great input in helping develop this plan. That's why we need the public to fill out the survey. Folks who ride bicycles, whether they're uh, training for marathons, or if it's just somebody who uses a bicycle to get to and from work, or to get to and from a friend's house or the grocery store, or even folks who just want to ride, recreationally, and they might be moving along Texas public roadways. We really want that input. In the Lufkin district, we're adjacent to a lot of public land. We have state parks in the area. We have the national forests in the area, and those are draws for folks who like to come cycle through these, beautiful wooded areas of these state parks. Of course, state roadways run right through those areas, and so it's really going to have a big impact on us here in this particular district. Part of what we are hoping to achieve with this study, or this project and these meetings and the survey, is to see where we might be able to, help increase tourism, might make tourism more, for cycling purposes, more attractive to the public. That's going to support businesses that might pop up. It's going to support sporting goods stores, things like that. So this is all part of it seems like it's just, oh, we're just looking at, roadways and bicycles, but it's really a comprehensive plan that we're working to build out to better serve the public.
Okay, and then I'm pretty sure this is kind of this plan is in the, developing phases and everything like that, but a lot of people are just gonna wonder how long this might take. How long are you guys suspecting this project will take to be put in place?
Yeah, so I mean, it's right now it's an ongoing, like I said, the virtual public meetings and the survey is ongoing. So I think kind of the timeline is we're looking at maybe having a solidified, or a drafted plan, I should say, later this year, and then having a finalized plan once we have a chance to analyze everything, and really to kind of tweak the plan that's developed based on the surveys and the public meetings sometime in 2027. But a lot of factors affect how quickly we can roll something out like this. So it's just going to provide really good guidance here in the near future, to figure out where we can make improvements for the public.
Okay, and then one thing that we've been noticing over here at KTK is that there's been multiple pedestrian fatalities in East Texas recently, and I just want to ask, how does implementing these bikeways help with the safety for bikers and other pedestrians instead of maybe them just using the sidewalk? How is this going to help keep them safer?
Yeah, so I mean that's one of the issues that we're definitely trying to address. One of the core TXDOT principles that we're working towards is to end the streak of deaths on Texas public roadways. So what the survey and the plan will do is help us identify where there might be safety issues, what we call stress points. High stress crossings at intersections or stuff like that, where it might be potentially hazardous or more hazardous than other areas for a cyclist. By identifying those areas, we can then come up with plans and infrastructure and engineering solutions to try to make it safer and easier, and therefore, like I said, safer for pedestrians and cyclists, and anybody who might be using that roadway outside of a motor vehicle.
Okay, and then while we wait for this plan to kind of be more developed and to come through, what can pedestrians do to keep themselves safe right now if they do need to ride their bikes on roads?
Yeah, I mean, any kind of cyclist, if you're out riding or something like that, wear high visibility clothing, something that is going to make you easy to spot to drivers. If you're traveling through an intersection, make sure you look and make eye contact with drivers so that you know that they see you. That's really important, and it helps just kind of create that awareness. Of course, follow the rules of the road. You're on a bicycle, you're much more maneuverable. You can get places much differently than a vehicle can, but that doesn't exempt you from following the rules of the road. It's really important. If you're traveling at night, make sure you have some kind of illumination on your bicycle, whether it's reflectors and lights, or reflective clothing, something of that nature. Um, and that's true for pedestrians and cyclists, right? Like, try to make yourself visible and really be present and aware when you're moving. Put down your phone when you're walking, so that you can keep an eye on what's going on around you, and watch for drivers, and keep that good eye contact and situational awareness.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much, Tim, for coming on and doing this interview. I'm sure that you have helped out a lot of people in the Lufkin district, especially those bicyclists who are just looking to get around safely. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one more thing, if you guys are cyclists or you're interested in this at all, please go to textdot.gov, and you can just search Lufkin District bicycle plan, and that'll bring you to the page where you can check out all the virtual public meeting material and then complete that survey. And we have three different ways that you can give us your input. It's completing the survey, or you can send us an email. You can email our coordinator on this project, Elizabeth Jones, at elizabeth.jones@textdot.gov. And you can always give us a call too at 214-535-7261 to let us know your thoughts on this. But really excited to be working on this, and really looking forward to hearing what the public has to say.
Alrighty, oh, you heard it just right there. Go ahead and fill out that survey and contact them as well. Like he just said, it is a lot easier for them to get this to happen if they actually get some public feedback. So make sure you guys go ahead and check them out. Thank you so much, Tim.
Yeah, thank you.